Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. This is Update DRM. We are affiliated with KRHC Radio, and this is a podcast all about dedicated to gaming and everything that revolves around the gaming news. And let me introduce you to my cast. Go ahead, everyone.
Hi, my name is Manny. Nice to be here.
We got Junior. Thanks for having me.
Hey everyone, I'm Ted.
Ted. Just Ted?
Yeah, just Ted.
Just plain old Ted.
Just Ted. All right, so let's go and roll into the news. So our first thing we're going to be talking about today is going to be about the Pokemon Go, and today we do have the Pokemon Go Plus that did come out, and right as soon as this podcast is over, I'm going to be picking up one. And I know Manny has a lot of strong opinions about Pokemon Go. He doesn't like Pokemon. He's a hater.
Oh, okay. So that's what we're going with now. Okay.
He's hating on everything.
So why? Okay, so just so that way, you can give your opinion, Manny. Why should I not get a Pokemon Go Plus? Why should I just be giving up on Pokemon Go?
I'm not asking you if you have a Pokemon Go or not get a Pokemon Go Plus. I'm just saying it's another novelty that is basically making it a little bit more convenient of being a novelty. That's all it is, really. You don't.
Well, it's not really convenient because I'm not getting steps. I'm not hatching eggs. I'm not getting steps. All I'm doing is catching the same Pokemon I already caught again.
You actually are getting steps, and you are getting Pokemon the moment your little thing vibrates.
I could have sworn I read that it doesn't track your steps.
Oh well, I thought I read otherwise. But
because
yeah,
as far as I'm aware, I'll test this out obviously, but as far as what I'm heard is that you do have to connect it to Bluetooth, and that it does run off your phone. And when your phone does, as long as you have the app on your phone, you will still get the steps. But as soon as you turn the application off and start relying just solely on the Plus, you're not getting steps.
What I heard is that you need to run the application in the background. So again, it just makes it something else that you just put on your wrist on top of doing what you were previously doing with just using it on your phone.
Well, I just liked it just for the fact that I'm just getting it because it's a Pokemon thing. That's pretty much all I'm getting it for. Is I like Pokemon, and I think it's a fun little. It's a gimmick thing. I mean, look, I'm buying the Z ring for the
a $35 gimmick is. I mean, I think you'd want to think about it because $35 for a piece of plastic. I mean, come on, this is just
it's plastic with Bluetooth.
Plastic with Bluetooth. Sorry, yeah. To me,
this is another thing that's plastic with Bluetooth, is it not? Hello.
You gotta get there.
This is just another plastic thing with Bluetooth, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't know. My idea with Pokemon Go Plus is like me using it now is like already left. Like already has just not crossed my mind ever. Like seriously, I really don't. I really just
because you don't like to walk.
What? No. Oh my God, no, that's not the case at all. I used to use it all the time when I would I would even drive, and you should never do that.
Why are you driving and play Pokemon Go? I did that once, and I hit a cat.
I'm actually pretty a cautious driver, but yeah, never do that, kid. But no, I mean, on top of that, I'm going to the park, walking, catching Pokemon. It was cool. As it's a neat idea, but it's just that's as far as it goes. There's nothing else to it, honestly. And to me, it just became a tedious thing. Nothing really much came out of it.
What about you, Teddy? What do you think about Pokemon Go?
I love it. I love the whole concept. I mean, it's bringing Pokemon to life. You know what? The watch.
Bringing players together, but
see,
at the same time, it could be dangerous for people.
Well,
it's been dangerous for people.
Well, I did a piece on my school about how people were claiming that Pokemon Go is dead, and I did a lot of research. I actually talked to a lot of people in my restaurant when I was serving them that was playing Pokemon Go, because Red Robin's that I work at, it's a Pokestop, so there's always Pokemon Go players.
Wow.
And everybody that's just saying it's just taking a break because a lot of people went back to school because it started when summer started, and now it's dying down because school's back in session and there's other things to do.
But it's still the most successful. It's still the most successful mobile game
Oh yeah,
after losing like
they don't even have to do
79% of its
They
paid.
don't even have to do Gen 2. They can just cut it quits right here, and that'll be the end.
Yeah,
And they already made their money back, and they're gonna make more with friggin' with Mario Run or Mario whatever iOS.
yeah. That's why I don't think Niantic really care. Like, I don't think what the developer doesn't care where it stands, and I'm just like, well, when you guys launched this product, like Niantic thought that this was not going to blow up. It's like you guys are borrowing the the Pokemon IP license. I mean, come on, why wouldn't it blow up? It's a huge thing.
Because it's Ingress.
Yeah.
Nobody likes Ingress.
In my opinion, it's something that just boosted Pokemon. You know, it brought it back to life.
Yeah, because it's
don't give me that. Not in my house.
No. Because it's the first season. It's the first season of the Pokemon. So a lot of people
don't bring that bullshit to my house.
I think what made Pokemon so popular from the get-go is that it was season 1 Pokemon. So it's like a lot of people who watch Pokemon, which are people like our age or older, were there when it came to the States, and everybody loved those Pokemon. Everybody loved the characters and what have you. So yeah, it was on top of being, fun little niche that people can use on their mobile phones. It was something that even older generation of people knew about it because they watched it, and that's what made them fall in love all over again with the idea.
You have the regular players just like you, Solis, but then you're bringing in the new generation, and then you're bringing back the old generation that forgot about Pokemon.
So then when Generation 2 comes out, when Generation 2 comes out, we're still going to bring some more people in, because I think most people played up until Silver and Gold. So once Silver and Gold comes out, more people
I played up till Crystal.
That's what I think. No, yeah. I'm going to use you as an example of normal Pokemon Go players, the people that are not hardcore like I am. You people pretty much played up until Pokemon Gold, Silver, Crystal. So once Generation 2 comes and Generation 3 comes in, no one's going to care and those are all new Pokemon, and nobody cares about Generation 3 or 4 or 5, 6.
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, I honestly, to me, it was like, it's Pokemon, but I think after Season 2, the idea just kind of got ridiculous with the Pokemon Council creating new Pokemon and, giving them all these other ideas.
Have you seen how long Executor's neck is now? That dude's neck is long.
It's fine. It's just something I don't really pay much attention to now because I kind of put Pokemon in the back of my head. But I still am interested to play Sun and Moon when it comes out for the 3DS, so I'm not entirely out of the game for that.
Interesting.
Better. That's going to be a good game.
I'm sure it will. I heard that 3DS sales have risen exponentially crazy just this past month, so I think everybody's just getting ready to, for that to come out.
You know what I like about this new patch for the Pokemon Go?
The buddy system?
Yes, the buddy system.
I haven't even checked that out.
Okay, so that way I can explain it to you guys and everyone else. The buddy system came out just like a week ago, or not less, where pretty much you can pick a Pokemon now, and it can join you. And when you do your walks around, you get it has a certain amount of steps that you have to do before you can earn 1 candy for that Pokemon. So let's say for something that's more rare, let's just say like a Mr. Mime, something that is only in North America, and it's pretty rare for most people. If you catch one and then you become buddy with it, and you have to walk for every 3 or 5, you'll get 1 candy. So that way you can still grind for more candies to make that Pokemon more powerful, even though that Pokemon's really rare for you.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting little idea. I mean, I honestly, I would love to see Pokemon Go just have that trading system. And I know, I think
what's the point of the trading system? I don't get it. I know it's a staple for Pokemon, but what is it gonna do? So that way I can trade. Okay, you got a really good, you got a top percentage for Tata right there. I can't wait to add that to my collection.
No, the thing is that people, once you already have it, it's already in your Pokedex, right? That's the idea.
Yeah.
So what people want to do is just have it on their history. They just want to have it.
So that way we can have people going on Craigslist, whoring out Mr. Mimes and Tauruses. Beautiful. I love it.
That's why Niantic is
meet me in my house. Bring $50 and I'll give you a Tauros real quick, that.
Yeah, I think that's why the Niantic is like very like not too pushy on the subject, because they know that if this is a thing, if they introduce training, then you're gonna have like a market, a backdoor market of things when it comes to like exchanging Pokemon for people who are just addicted to the game, and
I think
just creates a
trading
whole
would be
other.
perfect, but will be good when they hit the third generation. And I think they need to split more Pokemon into different regions, because right now we only have one Pokemon that goes in different parts of the world. I think we need to have like 15 or 20 Pokemon that are exclusive to North America, exclusive to Asia, exclusive to Europe. So that way when people do meet, it's more of an incentive to trade. Like, I'm not gonna go across the world to go get an Electabuzz from, I don't know, from Europe. I think that's where it is. I'm not gonna go over there. I'm not gonna find someone from Europe that comes to the United States.
Exactly, but you have a person that does have it and is here in the States and is willing to
Yeah, but
trade
that's
it.
only just one Pokemon. So I'm just gonna go and try to find that one Pokemon, the one person that has an Electabuzz, and just trade with him, and then I'm done with trading.
No, that's not.
We
That's
need
not.
more. We need
That's a
more, and
case
that's
by
why
case
I don't
basis.
think Generation 2 is the perfect time to do it. I think Generation 3 is, because we already have like 300 and something Pokemon, and that's more than enough to trade.
Well, I mean, it's a case by case basis when it comes to trading and how the individuals are in regards to
Now, I
trading and
do
wanting to
believe that
collect.
we should have battling now. We should have battle. I should be able to look at someone and be like, "Hey, I want to battle. Let's do
That
it."
would be something awesome as well.
Because I'm tired of those damn
I
gyms.
just think Pokemon Go just waited too long to introduce the new update.
Took too long.
Yeah.
Well, they were trying to fix like everything. Like right now, they're still trying to fix the nearby system, and once that gets fixed, then we'll be good to go.
That's been a while, man.
Yeah,
They should have done that from the beginning, you know.
When did
I
they
mean,
release?
if you had if they were at first the game was having problems because their servers, we need more servers type of situation, and then like the wave of people coming in all at once would just cram the servers and crash the game all the time, and now you have third party developers, people just taking on the Pokemon Go API and using that for their third party programming just to show people where Pokemon are, or where to find them, where they are, where they can be, etc. And then it just it just doesn't work at all times. It wasn't working at all times, and I think what makes Pokemon Go just a disaster from launch is the fact that I think Niantic didn't even believe this was going to take off, and borrowing an IP like Pokemon, is not an easy feat, to accomplish. So I think they kind of went with the idea, but I didn't think they would take off this much, where like they would have issues at launch for almost a month. You know,
Yeah, I agree. No, yeah, I believe that. Well, we'll see what we'll see. We already spent too much time on this topic, but we'll see what happens. I personally think it'll pick up. Well, we'll just do a quick short around. Do you guys think it'll pick up by winter time when kids are out on break again?
I don't know. I think it'll fade away by then, to be honest.
Manny, do you think they'll pick up or go?
I think it'll pick up again, and then it'll eventually go. But maybe if you introduce, if Niantic really cares about Pokemon Go, they'll try to push, they'll try to introduce something new like the trading, or like I said, even battling. That was to me one of its biggest selling points when it first got introduced to the world, was the trading and even the battling. But too far ahead, I guess, at this point.
And Teddy, what do you think? Pokemon Go staying or going?
I honestly think it's staying, and it's gonna probably continue to stay, especially now that they just released this Pokemon Watch. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, if
I
they
know.
keep introducing
I
new
know.
stuff, just
I
like
gotta.
that Pokemon Dex you end up putting on your phone, for it can make it easier to fucking capture Pokemon.
I know. I need to hurry up so I can go get that watch so I can sit on my ass and not get anything out of it
Only when you go to work and come back, that's it, right?
all day. No, yeah, I'm gonna use it mostly at work because it's a Pokestop, so I can just easily just tap and keep balls for
Yeah,
days. Balls for days.
and you know
Balls
what?
for
What I think
days.
the watch is probably like another safety feature, just because it lets you know.
Not bull crap.
Yeah,
That watch is probably a piece of crap, like Manny said. It's
It
probably a
is.
piece of.
It is. It is
What?
something.
I'm
I think
probably
it
gonna
is.
break it. I'm probably
I
gonna
think, yeah, it'll probably break on your first drop,
all day.
It's like
like
the
every other
battery
Nintendo
life on
product.
it.
but
Or
does
you
it
know.
vibrate? That's what I
It
Yes,
want
does.
it
to know.
It
vibrates.
Yeah,
vibrates.
Oh,
It
it
does
does.
vibrate. It does have feedback. It has a vibrating feedback. That's how it lets you know when there's a Pokemon or a Pokestop nearby.
Oh no, Teddy, don't get too excited now. No, relax. It's just
Don't do that. Yeah, I'm not.
All right, so let's move on to South Park. So that got delayed until next year.
Interesting.
Ubisoft is killing me, guys.
That's fine. I mean, it's a different developer. I mean, obviously, it's a new beast for Ubisoft. I think it's an in-house developer, so I think they needed the extra for polish from coming out from transitioning from the previous developer.
Well, I mean, there was already an alpha build that was already put out, and some people already played it on YouTube, and I thought it ran really well. It looked really good. It looked to be like almost complete at that point.
Yeah, I think it was just a matter of having to polish it. That's all it is. Just polishing it. That's it. That's all it is. I mean, even for Obsidian, when they kept pushing the game back and back and back, when Stick of Truth was coming out, it's just that the developer had issues.
From what I heard, it wasn't really the developer. I heard it was more Matt and Trey's fault.
Yeah, I'm sure it was part of their. They were
because
part of
I think I read for them they were about to cancel the whole thing because they didn't like the fact that they had to map out South Park, and that was something they never wanted to do.
Yeah, because they didn't have an idea of what making a game was. It's just they didn't know.
No, so I think it's different from Stick of Truth to now Fractured Butthole because, I mean, the whole point of the problems with Stick of Truth was that the Matt and Trey had a hard time just condensing everything to one video game, whereas this one they already have the groundwork. So why do we need a delay? Why do we need a delay? Like, maybe all the problems
they just want to market it more. Maybe it's a strategy.
See, that's what I'm thinking too. That they want to market it more, which is really weird because Matt and Trey are totally against DLC, and then there's DLC for this game.
Yeah, I don't know. I think their hands were tied to some regard.
And because, I think this delay is going to be for DLC because they're going to try to do a season pass with it.
Yeah, I think for Matt and Trey, I think their hands were tied in regards to that because they have they have South Park, but the developer has games, and in the business of games, the publisher I guess wants to do it their way. And for Matt and Trey, it's a different story, and I guess you're always going to butt heads with that type of thing with those types of deals. When you borrow television IPs from that or anything really. If you publish with certain companies, you can't. There's nothing much you can do about that. I'm sure.
Well, how do you feel about this, Raul? Since you're like one of the few people that haven't had a chance to play Stick of Truth because you sold your PS3 to get the PS4, so you missed out on Stick of Truth.
Yes, I did.
So, how does this affect you, knowing that you got to wait a little bit longer to play a game that pretty much everybody's psyched about, and you don't know why everybody's psyched about it?
Well, at least it gives me enough time to play the old one, at least.
Which is why you should pre-order it right now, because you can get it digitally right now.
Yeah.
You could be playing Stick.
Yeah, I know. I mean, as long as it comes out, that's all I'm saying. But
Well then, speaking of delays, why is there so many games getting delayed right now? Like, this is like the 5th game that got delayed right now.
Really?
Well, I mean, you got The Last Guardian, you have Final Fantasy, you have what else got delayed too? Didn't something else got delayed? Oh yeah, Kingdom Hearts got delayed too. The 2.8.
Oh yeah.
I mean, why are we getting so many delays? Why are we delaying? Why is so much stuff getting delayed? Like it's gonna be a really crowded first quarter of 2000.
I think because we already have a crowded fourth quarter with a lot of AAA games that.
Oh my God! You have Gears of War and you have Call of Duty that no one cares about.
You have Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. On top of that. Okay, you have that. You have Gears 4, Titanfall 2, Battlefield 1.
No one cares.
That's 5 games right there. And there's more. Oh, Final Fantasy 15. That's even more down the line.
No one cares about that one either.
That's 7.
Last Guardian.
7 games.
Freaking Dogbird.
Fourth quarter.
Freaking Dogbird
about anything.
And then we got Teddy over here with this Dogbird cat game, a weird ass game.
Which one?
The Last Guardian with that Dogbird.
Last Guardian. Ooh.
The dog bird.
Come on, they kill me. What is Sony? What is Sony doing to me, man? Come on.
Again, it was just a matter of extra time to polish. That's all they
And
wanted
then
to do.
speaking of Last Guardian, haven't you seen like some people that played it at Tokyo Game Show that they don't even like The Last Guardian? That apparently it sucks.
You know what? The
Really?
Last Guardian
Yeah.
doesn't like
You have
them.
not.
Wow.
Okay. So when you get a chance after this is over, I need you to go and just look up. There's videos like on the Know, and there's a couple articles from GameSpot and stuff like that. But they played, and the frame rate's garbage. The controls suck, and it just doesn't.
Well,
It's
isn't
boring.
that like a really old game though? I mean, like the graphics.
They just,
Well, I mean-
they just say it feels like a PS3 game that's
Yeah,
trapped in a PS4 game.
Yeah, it's been
Well,
in
yeah.
development hell because
Yeah.
they've stated this was coming to the PS3, but the hardware wasn't good enough to push what we wanted to do, so we made this jump over to the PS4, and now we're just getting to.
So now I gotta play Dogbird Cat on a.
Apparently, it took them years just to like bring the entire game from the PS3 to the PS4 because the architecture it was completely different, so they had to do it from scratch just to bring the game over from the PS3 to the PS4. So that was another big delay, and just having the same case here where it's like, well, if it feels like a PS3 game, it's because it was, and I think people know that. I think they should know that because that's why Shuhei has stated in the past already. But on top of that, I mean, if there's going to be any other sort of problems with the game, that's to be expected as well. So, I mean, they need the extra time. I don't know
I would agree.
if it's going to
Oh,
benefit
shit.
them.
I mean, for me, it's not even the graphics. I just like
Or
the
December,
fucking
sorry.
plot
Story mode.
No,
Yeah,
yeah, we'll
the whole plot.
we'll get into people when we get into the PlayStation Plus thing and the whole Sony thing. I'm pretty sure we're gonna talk about graphics, about Mr. Pre-order over here of PlayStation Pro over here.
Oh,
Mr.
God.
Proof right here. But before we get into that, let's get into our last one before we get into the PlayStation hoo-ha, which is Resident Evil 7 Biohazard has a new trailer, and a demo got updated. And I still don't care about Resident Evil 7.
I think
Why? Why?
Okay.
Why do you not care about Resident Evil 7?
Alright, you and me have played Resident Evil 5 together, so you know what happened with Resident Evil 5. You know about that.
Yes,
you know-
I know you cry
you know-
about everything.
You knew what happened. That Sheva, and that we spent the game wasn't even scary. We spent the majority of our time searching for eggs.
But we did great teamwork, though.
eggs.
We
Same
pushed.
Pokemon.
Well, and then you and me, Manny, and you and me with Resident Evil 6. You know what happened. You know what
Oh.
happened.
No, not even 6. Remember we played Revelations 2.
We played Revelations 2.
Yeah, we
remember that?
shared played that.
And we did Oh, you and me, I did one complete story with Leon and what's her face with Lauren, and I did one mission with you. I was only just playing with her, so I wasn't really paying attention. We did it on easy. You and me did it on the hardest difficulty, and then you and me played, and I was actually paying attention, and I hated Resident Evil 6. That was,
Resident Evil 6 is an abomination. I will go as far as to say that.
and this is coming from a person that has platinumed Operation Raccoon City.
Oh, Raccoon City. Oh, yeah.
The greatest Resident Evil game I've ever played in my life.
Talk about an even more bastardization of a game.
That was beautiful.
Dreadful. That
It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
garbage. Oh,
That multiplayer
God.
where I just had to tie a rubber band to it just so I can get points. Beautiful.
Oh, I forgot about that.
You know that developer spent
too.
what happened?
6 games? That developer who created that game, that was a nail in the coffin for them. Oh, that is
Which is the same.
biggest
I
nail
would
in the
love
coffin
to
for
get an
them.
HD remake of Raccoon City. I would hate myself and I would probably cut myself for playing it, but
Oh, God, no.
I would play it again. That was beautiful. But the trailer does look interesting, but my whole thing is that I don't know, I feel like I'm already done with these type of realistic horror things because we did have PT, which is, obviously it's no secret that Resident Evil's trying to copy
Rest
PT.
in peace, you know?
Is trying to copy PT. And then we had Allison Road, which got canceled, or it got super delayed, then it got canceled, and now it got re-brought back, but no one, it's in infamy now, which is also successor to PT. And now we have Resident Evil that's trying to be
It's not
another
trying to
PT.
be like PT. It's. I mean,
Bro,
it's in the house, but I mean, come on, you have a dude.
Well, I
there's
mean,
no
He's missing his
zombies in it.
wife.
I mean, I don't know if you,
I
I don't know
didn't
if you
see
got
any.
kept up with the news, but what you've been playing isn't what's gonna is already been stated by Capcom that it's
Yeah,
not.
that it's not gonna be. Yeah, I know that.
For all we know, it can be a completely different thing, completely entirely different. We won't know that because they've been really good keeping it hush hush until like the
Well,
launch
then
of the
that's
game.
weird. So then, why would you release a demo that's not showing what the game's gonna be like? What's the whole point of that?
I think they're just introducing I think they're introducing the idea of horror, which is what Resident Evil has strayed away from for too long, like after 4. And I guess that's what they were trying to make a comeback and trying to let people experience that, like what Resident Evil was before, but with a different sort of entire twist. I mean, I understand that people are a bit skeptical about the whole like first person game. I think it's an immersion thing that people want. I think that's what Capcom wants to do with Resident Evil. Will it be like will it be like the previous Resident Evils? I doubt it, but it'll be something into what Resident Evil was in regards to the horror, the thriller, the maybe even the characters, if there are any familiar faces in 7 that we yet still don't know about. So
No, I want them. This is what. You know what? If you're not gonna do what you're doing with the demo, you know what? Take the demo, flesh it out, make it VR accessible. Boom, you get a Resident Evil game.
yeah, I think that's why it's in first person is because primarily I think Resident Evil 7 it was originally pushed as a introduction of VR in regards to horror on a console, and it is the PSVR is doing that for Resident Evil 7. So I think that's primarily one of the reasons why the game is first person, which is something the game hasn't done since I think Resident Evil, Survivor in the PlayStation, or even Dead Aim in the PS2, which is, oh boy, that's.
I don't know. I think Capcom has hurt me too many times again with these Resident Evil games.
Capcom has hurt many people too many times.
I mean, what was the last game that they put out too? The Operations Resident Evil. What was it for the PS4? The arena shooter thing.
Umbrella Corporation.
Oh yes.
Oh,
yes.
no.
Beautiful.
I think Capcom. I don't
beautiful.
think Capcom knows first person games or third person games at all. I think they don't know multiplayer games exactly. I don't think they understand multiplayer games that much, especially when you try to make a Japanese developer try to make a first person or third person shooter game and bring that to the West and think that's what we like to play and how we like to play it, which is, I think it's just a culture thing. That's why Umbrella Corps is just something that is completely different. It's foreign to us, even as it is to them, for them to create, the idea of a third-person shooter and how it's supposed to play and how we like to play for third-person shooters in the West, because, that's one of the very popular genres here in the West compared to Japan, where it's more like, RPG or more story-based, single-player type of games. But I don't know.
What do you think, Teddy? You and me played Resident Evil 4 together.
I applaud for Resident Evil 7. It's something new. They're taking it out of context. They have this guy named Ethan.
I saw that leak on the ESRB. Yeah,
they're evolving from zombies to mutants. So it's like something new for them, and then he has no combat skills, which is like in this day and age, if there's an outbreak, who's gonna be able to fucking go against something like that? It's something new and it's exciting, and you know what? I'm all for it.
I think creating a more human character is what Resident Evil is needed.
Just like when everybody voted for Obama, I'm up for it.
And you know where that got you.
It's just like when you had your Uncharted with Nathan Drake. You have your new Tomb Raider, Laura Croft, you create a more human character. I'm sure that's what they're trying to push as well for this new game in the series. So hopefully it all pans out well, because it's only like, what, 3-4 months away?
Mm-hmm.
It's a scary thought.
Yeah, and speaking of things that are close away, we got next week. Here we go. Next week, PlayStation Plus is going up.
Oh, man.
And
The price hike.
and then after that, we got Sony coming in again with another slot. With hitting us with the PlayStation Pro. And all right, so
Don't forget the PlayStation View.
PlayStation View. Okay,
Oh my God.
Okay, just so that way everybody can hear Manny's justification for why he bought a PlayStation Pro. Manny, serenade us.
When it comes to
I got a 4K TV and I think I'm cool.
Oh,
No,
my God.
Pretend you're a Sony
You're just
representative.
wasting money.
You're trying to sell the product to us.
I think for the Pro, it's a nifty idea. I simply am interested in it because of the overclocked GPU. Like, I think solely on that makes the console games run better and play better. And I think the 4K and the HDR are just, a little add-on to the console and just trying to push a new technology forward. I think nobody has really pushed the idea of 4K or HDR, and Sony's kind of doing it with the PS4 Pro, and they're introducing a new type of technology.
But it's not even 4K, Manny. It's simulated 4K. You're not getting a real 4K.
It's an idea, though, and we're near that. We're near that idea to
Okay,
the point
then
where
I'll wait for the PlayStation 5 and then I'll get
That's
real
fine.
4K.
That's fine, but for me, it's just like, okay, I understand this. I know there are some people who are super skeptical, or just like, it doesn't interest them, which is fine. Which is fine. But I am.
And then all your features that you want, all your upscales, all your improved frame rates, they're all gonna get capped when you play online. It doesn't matter.
Well, they haven't necessarily said that.
They've said that it's gonna cap at 30. Call of Duty said that they're capping theirs at 30 because it's unfair advantage. Everybody else is gonna cap it for unfair advantage. Or if they do release it without capping it, and then people complain, hey, this guy's obviously playing on a pro, he aims a lot more quicker,
I don't
then they're gonna cap it.
I don't necessarily.
And then everybody's gonna cap it. I believe it. I
don't
believe it.
necessarily believe that.
The only games that are not gonna cap it are gonna be games like Homefront and stuff like that, because nobody plays those games.
I think. Well, yeah. There's. I mean, if you've seen there's a chunky good list now of games that are like.
There's 9. There's 9 games that are gonna support it. 9. That's not chunky. My PlayStation list over there, my PlayStation collection is chunky.
And the list is only gonna keep getting bigger.
My
and bigger
dies
and
are
bigger.
chunky. That's not chunky, bro. That's 9 games, bro. That's 9 games.
No, it's a good list. It's a good start. It's a good idea of a start. It is a good idea of a start.
5 of them are games that were released a long time ago. Oh yeah, I can't wait to break out what was it? Freaking Shadow of Mordor. I can't wait to break out Infamous First Light. I can't wait to bring out First Light. Beautiful. Oh my gosh, look at her butt now.
I think it's just I like I think it's just pushing the hardware forward, because for me specifically, I'm like looking at it like, well, this is clearly there's already games in the future, that we're gonna see that's already gonna be pushing the Pro. Like, for example, Mass Effect Andromeda, which is one of my favorite RPGs of all time, and that's one of the that's a good reason for me. I think for me alone, it's like, to me, I know it would be a huge benefactor for me to, get the Pro now and wait for when Mass Effect Andromeda comes out. And I think down the line, once the Pro comes out and people online start to look at the differences, I think it's going to be more than what they expect, and I think it's going to create. I think obviously it's going to create an uproar for some. But I think it's also I'm telling you though, like, the idea of the Pro at this point is because PSVR is coming out, and I think that's.
Oh my God! No.
That's solely one of those reasons the Pro is coming out.
We know that, but
they haven't. Sony didn't say that. They didn't say it's because with the Pro, the PSVR will be faster. It'll be better. They didn't say that, but I mean, for obvious reasons, it will.
Are you buying a VR? Are you buying a VR?
No,
He said he's not.
I'm not. But I think that's why originally for me it's just like, yeah, I get it for VR. I mean, down the line, sure, I am interested in getting the PSVR, but right now, no, I'm not, because for me, I don't want to waste $400 and being a guinea pig and seeing how it turns out. You know, I mean, down the line.
You're already being a guinea pig for the Pro. I can't wait to buy myself a Pro for $200 when
that's fine. I understand, I get it, but for me, it's just like I love the technology, and I think just overclocking the GPU on the console is, for me, is a big benefactor. I think it's just, for me, it's just that. I mean, I'm a total tech geek when it comes to that type of stuff. You know, I love future proofing. I love when new companies push new technologies. It's for me, it's like I'm with it. I'm with it. Like I'm with it.
He was in line for the iPhone. He was in line for the iPhone.
Oh no, that iPhone, no. I'm sorry. Apple killed the aux cord.
Hey, it's still better than the Samsung, right? At least it doesn't blow up in your face.
Oh, my Samsung's not blowing up.
Your Samsung blowing up real quick.
I'm fine.
Well, either way, you still, it's gonna get destroyed by the Scorpio. But anyways, that's gonna be that's one thing. But because you're paying overpriced, why not pay more for Plus, which is what you're doing now? So you're paying $60 for Plus.
I wouldn't mind paying the extra, what, $10-$20?
It's $10.
You know what? Recently they haven't come out with new demos or anything like that. I don't know why they are lagging on that.
The price hike on the PS Plus to me is right now is inexcusable.
For those of you that don't know, Manny put out a video on his Twitter yesterday, like at 2:00 in the morning.
Did he?
Mad as hell.
Yes, he did.
Just being mad as hell. Just recording his TV saying, I got the best internet in the world, and his Black Ops download was like 45 minutes long or something like that for an update.
Yeah, like my download speeds are pretty good. It's like at 100, okay?
It's godly, people.
It's fine. It's great.
It's godly.
But the thing, this happens randomly and often sometimes when I download something off the PlayStation Network. It takes for freaking ever. Even though, like, if I went on my Xbox right now and did the same thing and downloaded the same game, it wouldn't take that long. The infrastructure on the PlayStation is a freaking joke to this day. I think when they cap you with download speeds, it's terrible. And for Sony's sake, it's just bad. And for them to do a price hike on the PlayStation Plus one, even for PlayStation Plus, they haven't really pushed out anything different or new in regards to, you know, rewarding the player base with like new games every month, which is fine. For me, it's just like whatever. But I mean, for me, I would take PlayStation Plus solely on the fact that, one, I get cloud saves, which is there, right? For cloud saves and better.
I've been abusing that to get some trophies real quick.
Yeah, for me, it's I would gladly pay the money solely on cloud saves and a better infrastructure on the PlayStation Network, because since the first time it launched, the speeds to download something on the PlayStation 4 have been atrocious, and they still are. I mean, I don't understand how you know their server mines work, but it's just poor. It's freaking bad, and like charging $10 more, you know, for PlayStation Plus, it's a joke. It's a damn joke. It doesn't make sense to me.
What do you think, Raul? What do you think about them charging $10 more for PlayStation Plus?
Nah, that's fucking stupid, dude. They should just keep it at 50. That.
Well, I mean, Manny, have they said what they're gonna do with the extra $10? Did they say they're making more structure?
You should read the press release on that. It's the most PR freaking thing you will ever read. It explains nothing. It says nothing.
Am I at least getting more good PlayStation Plus games? Am I getting more Binding of Isaac?
Yeah, it says nothing. It says nothing.
At least you get somewhat free games.
It really is the most PR thing to make it seem like it's so PR. It's an illusion that makes you think that it is worth $10 more. No. When honestly, there's nothing different coming for the extra $10 on PlayStation Plus. There's nothing different. Absolutely nothing.
We'll find out next week, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, $10 more and your infrastructure is this bad.
Up.
Honestly, the infrastructure is this freaking bad when it comes to downloading and we're pushing the idea of an all digital freaking console or an all digital.
We're not going all digital. We're never gonna go all digital. Never.
No, but that's what companies push. That's what they're pushing. It's like you like
they really got me hooked on that.
And you have atrocious infrastructure like this.
We're saving GameStop.
It's saving GameStop. I think for me personally, it's a slap.
Saving GameStop.
Sony for doing this. It's not. It's something that they said nothing. There literally is zero benefit to the $10 price tag they're introducing. There's nothing new coming to the table.
I know, that's why I gotta work my ass off this week so I can save up some money, so I can start up on some cards. I'll at least want to buy 2 years worth. Save me $20. It got me fucked up.
Yeah, just for me.
So Manny, since besides having the next new thing, why should consumer buy?
Sorry, what? Sorry, you're cutting off. What did you say?
Oh, he's gone. He's out of here. Just type it down right there in the chat.
Just bring him back in. Don't worry about it. Let's just keep going.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. And that was. There you go.
Oh, there he is. Oh, what happened there, sir?
I don't know. Connection. Time Warner, come on. Down.
You heard this here. Time Warner Cable, step it up. Let's go.
There you go. It's not the PlayStation. It's the Time Warner.
Yeah, the Time Warner is freaking throttling my speed because PlayStation's too much to handle.
Come on.
Right.
Come on. This
like I said, Manny.
Podcast is lit.
In a simple sentence, like having the next new thing, why should the consumer buy the PS4 Pro?
If there is a market for people who love the idea of new things to come, even if it's something maybe a little too ahead of its time, but 4K and HDR, for example, has been here for quite a while now, and nobody has really pushed it. I mean,
he went over.
I think the idea of I think of the Pro is just like, for one, it's pushing the PS4. It's pushing the hardware even more, on top of adding a few goodies on top of it. I mean, yes, it's not for everyone. I think that's what they stated in the PlayStation meeting. That Mark Cerny and even Andrew House, it's not going to be for everyone, but for those who do want to participate, here's what you're getting. Okay, and they're not pushing the previous owner, they're not pushing the previous owners of the PS4 audience, into a corner, and that's where they're going to stay, and they're not going to look at them anymore. When in fact they're just trying to merge, two different products side by side, but overall it's not going to affect either one of you, for the Pro or the previous, launch PS4s. It's going to be there for you guys.
For now,
it's fine.
For now.
I mean, I love the PlayStation. I don't want them to saturate the market by bringing a new console every year.
Yeah, I understand that.
Pushed it out too quick.
I mean, that's why I just read an article not too long ago about there was an idea for Sony or even for Microsoft, which I think Microsoft is planning to do for Scorpio, is to make it a fully customizable console, PC-like, where people can swap out components of the hardware and upgrade it to do better things, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. And I think that was an idea, for Sony. I don't think it's there for Sony, but I think it's still there for Microsoft with the Scorpio. Because if you're going to push 6 teraflops, you got to make sure that hardware is there to stay. That hardware is there to stay, and it's going to be good. Or if you're going to create a fully customizable machine to push those types of teraflops, seeing how Scorpio is claiming to be more powerful. So I don't know how the architecture is going to be for Scorpio when it launches. If it's going to be PC-like and a fully customizable thing, or is it just going to have a few components here or there? But that's what they're claiming. But I don't know.
All right, so that's his final word. Final word for you, Teddy, on PS4 Pro or
I think they
PlayStation in
should.
general.
I think they should just delay it, perfect it, and then
Yeah.
release it. I mean, it took them about almost 7 years to release the PS4.
But I think even for new audiences, even for new audience, for people who still have not upgraded to the next generation of the PS4 and are still, playing their 360 or PS3s, for $100 more, just $100 more. It's not even like $200 or $300 more of a console. It's $100 more, which is the same price that we paid at launch when the PS4 first came out 3 years ago.
That you guys paid at
But
launch.
see,
I didn't pay.
it took me a while to make the transition from a PS3 to a PS4, because I had so much money invested in the PS3. I had so many games that weren't going to be compatible with the PS4. That was my issue. That's why I was hesitant. But you know what? I'm waiting for them to be able to play, and I'm not gonna pay $13 subscription a month to fucking download games and just stream them.
Yeah, PS Now is not my cup of tea either.
I mean,
But
I'll probably pay for the PlayStation View. I mean, cuts my cable bill in half. So
What about you, Raul? What's your fun take on Sony on what they're doing right now?
Well, I'm not gonna buy that PS Pro because don't you need a 4K TV in order to fucking?
nope, not at all. Nope, you don't. Even if you don't have a PS4 4K TV, you can still benefit from the console's power, and it'll even upscale your games and your media, any shape, way, or form. So.
Do you need like a large TV, or
Nope.
it doesn't matter what size?
I mean, if you really wanted to benefit from 4K, like the recommended size on a TV is at least 60 inches TV.
Oh man, see,
but you don't need it. Like if you don't want it, that's fine. That's fine. The console's still going to benefit you in some way or form.
Yeah, but what if people like can't afford it and they want the 4K and all that other stuff?
Layaway.
You know?
I know that's the idea. It's just like, I know that's the thing. That's another thing that people are saying. But there is a market for it for some. That's all it is. For others, it's fine. It's like whatever. It's another thing.
No, like Teddy said, they should just waited.
thank you.
I think they should have waited until next year. I think they should.
Yeah, I agree with they should. Well, my final thought is that you know what. I'm not really into graphics. I really don't care. I think if you're gonna release a premium console, you expect to pay premium price. If they would have bumped it up to $600, I would have probably been at it if it's like the 6 teraflops and all that stuff. But and I don't think the PlayStation Plus should be raising up. I think their system is complete garbage, and they need to definitely boost that up. But if PlayStation Pro will upscale my Dead or Alive game to work,
Oh, by the way, I don't know if you heard, but Dead or Alive Extreme 3 is coming to PC. Wow.
I'm not playing this game again.
He already planned them and he's done.
My computer crashed just trying to put in this fucking CD.
This game, as much as the ogle effect is real, the grind is real. Pass the crap out of here.
Back to me.
We're gonna stick to League of Legends.
And with that, you should do Smite with me. I'm telling you, let's go download Smite right now.
So how is the rebirth of Isaac treating you?
Like garbage.
Are you done with
All right, with that, we're done with this podcast. I'm out of this bitch. All right, everybody sign off. Sign off.
All right.
I want to talk to everybody while you guys are gone.
Well, my name is Manny, and if you want to follow me on Twitter, that's where I will be. That's where you will find me. At XAlive with the 3.
Or I can just plug in your Twitter handle in the description. We'll be fine with that. There's no need to. Yeah, we're not gonna do all that.
Yeah, that'll be easy. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, probably. Teddy Jr.
I guess I have to leave. I guess they're kicking me out. So I'll see. I'll see everyone to the next time. So everybody, fuck off.
Junior.
All right, guys. Yeah, just if you want, also I make fucking funny videos with these guys on YouTube. Just follow me on KL Gaming. All right, guys. I'll see you later.
And this is Danny. We're gonna be signing off with KRHC Radio. Yeah. Have a good one.